Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode number 61. Joining me today on the bottom left is Robin, and on the bottom right is Yayo, and in the top right is DX. And I am your host, Derek Vasconi. How's everyone doing? Something look weird all of a sudden?
Well, it's a bit.
What the hell's this? What's going on?
Well, this is kind of new. Not for me.
Kind
anyway.
of new, right?
I'm in the same spot anyway, so.
I'm not. So.
Buddy! Buddy! Buddy!
Oh my god.
Right.
Okay.
So, as it stands, we are getting ready for the fact that our beloved host will be traveling to Japan here in a matter of days.
Yes.
And as a result, I'm doing the test run because I will be the host for the next couple weeks. Hopefully none of you hate me too much for that because I can never replace Robin because he's so good at this. I didn't realize how good he was at this until I started thinking like, oh, wow, how am I going to do this?
Exactly.
Because he's so good at this. So, Robin, you're going to be missed. I'm going to tell you that. But let me ask you, let me just start this off. Are you ready? You excited for Japan?
I'm so ready. I'm already in my mind. I'm there. It's more like 4 more days.
Tell us what you'll be doing. Give us a little quick rundown.
So I don't know if AKS is listening, but for some reason there are no events when I'm there.
Nope.
The day I'm arriving, there's a national handshake event, and I don't have tickets, so I'm going to Osaka for the first couple of days. Then I'm going to Tokyo and see everything around there for a week, and then go back to Osaka. And the day I'm going back on the plane to the Netherlands, the Janken tournament will be starting.
Wow. Talk about that timing.
And several graduation concerts.
Yep. Oh
Yep.
man. Talk about
So,
that luck, man. That luck.
Right. One thing I wanted to ask you, Robin, is have you had any luck with the ticket center?
Yeah.
Ooh, you want to start about that? Okay.
Yes, I do. Let's just jump into it.
All right.
Someone
So, well, you mentioned before that the ticket center, the tickets whole thing is a scam for overseas. And I said, well, I'm going to test it out anyway with now the recently English version of the site. So I've been checking tickets like daily, events daily, and every time there's a screen, there's like these big red items that says you're available for tickets. However, then I log in. After I log in, everything goes like gray. It's like not accepted.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, I am overseas. So I can only apply to an event that has like a slot that says overseas accepted.
Yeah.
Not far offs, even though I'm pretty far off, but no, far offs are only for the people who live in Japan, like in Niigata or something like that, and they want to go to Tokyo.
Wow.
So there are zero events in the time span I started with the English site till now that says overseas available. Even the biggest events, even concerts, even when there is open to the public, you don't have to be like an AKB mobile member or NMB mobile member. It's like very certain restricted, or I'm female or the kids, whatever. Even then, I'm not accepted. Only if it's overseas. So you'll have more of a chance to be an AKB member when you meet them on a Shinkansen, I don't know, or you're just in a combini and they're standing next to you, than actually getting a ticket for an event. It's unless you put your address in Japan itself, you have more of a chance. For overseas, it's a fairy tale. Maybe once a year they'll have like maybe an overseas. Who knows? But as far as like it's a scam. It's like it's just English translated. You can see the event, but you will never ever apply to them because you're overseas.
I think there is a small exception, and that comes with the whole maybe from the Chinese demographic as well as maybe the Taiwanese. I do notice that there are some within those ethnic regions, they're able to get in, but I think it's probably a quota, and it's also probably because of the shared language system with like kanji, that they're able to maybe somehow make it easier for the people at the ticket center to say, okay, let's pass your application and we'll get you in. But when it comes to reading English and all that stuff, it's like they just don't want to be bothered. And the whole ticket center thing, I just think it's a front to kind of appease all the backlash that they got. but the reality is they're still doing the same thing, because the same thing happened to me when I was in Japan recently. I wanted to go to like one of the 16th Gen show, and I had plenty of time to apply. And literally, the second it became available, I applied, and the screen grayed out on me, and it was like, you can't apply, sorry. And I'm thinking, literally, that's impossible. But it's just, that's how it is.
So it works with, for overseas, only 11 days before the event. Right. Then you can apply for overseas and far off. In a span of hour, it depends on what time slot. Every event has its own time slot. Yep. The one I was looking for was 20 hours, so it was like midnight till 8.
Okay.
You had like 20 hours to apply for it, but it was not available. Not available for overseas. Only Faros could apply first, and then later it went to general public, and I still can apply. So it's overseas people are not allowed. It's just not happening.
Oh wow.
The best. I have 2 pro tips on this though. Number one is, and we've discussed this before, and I've done this myself. Go to the theater when they have like you're allowed to stand in the lobby. That's still a lot of fun. You still feel it, and like when those doors open to the theater, man, and that bass hits you when it comes out, it's like you're there. And people do coming out a lot. So I mean, it's not obviously going in, but it's still close that you're there. So that's cool. Sometimes too, I've heard that the girls have even come out and done stuff, and but I think it's extremely rare, so you don't want to count on that. Second pro tip I would say is go see graduated members. There's a lot of graduated members that do their own thing. The one name that comes to mind is Chalky from SDN. I would say, a lot of AKB members are still very much friends with girls like Chalky. Like I want to say like Tanaman is friends with Chalky. Mm-hmm. So like you could potentially be standing literally right next to an AKB member and watching. And in an underground club setting, that means you're up close and personal with these girls. I mean, that's happened to me at Underground Idol shows with Underground Idol members watching other Underground Idols on stage. And they're standing right next to me, and I'm like, oh my god, it's a very cool feeling. But at the same time, that's probably as close you're gonna get.
Or
I'm just going to Coach, man.
Yeah. What's that, Yayo?
Just go to Iwa and meet everyone.
They're all eventually gonna end up there anyways. I mean, they already have they have enough girls there practically to be an AKB team at this point. I swear.
Weren't they going to do an event with all the graduated members at Iwa? Or...
I think Team Iwa.
I think it's on the 15th.
Yeah, there was an event with all the former AKB members at Iwa.
There you go. Yeah, there you go, Robin.
But you had to apply in you have to go to Iwa itself to get the tickets for that day.
It's kind of hard.
Epic fail. Never mind. Anyways, moving on. No, Robin, I would still, but in general, I would still go to Iwa because it was so much fun when I went. And you will see, obviously, AKB members, and who knows, like Nishino Miki might wait on you. You'll definitely see Uchida, and she's really friendly, and she does speak English.
Okada Ayaka.
So. Oh, Ayaka's there too now. That's right. So I was gonna say that might be, you might have a really fun time there. I mean, just plan to shell some serious yen though, because it's not cheap.
True. Yakiniku is kind of expensive over there.
Well, especially at Iwa, because they trump up the prices because of who's waiting on you. So trust me, it's not
only to be expected, right?
Yes, but it's delicious. It's delicious. It's really good meat.
It is really good. Yeah. Sadly, there weren't that many members working at Iwa when I went. So oh well.
I had Mickey and Uchida. That was enough for me.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that moment when I was shouting with Mickey on the stairs. I was with 10 other people, and they were surprised on how loud I was. Because I was silent the whole time when eating. Then I'm like, Mickey!
Wow. Okay, that's for you.
No.
And somehow that makes total sense with you, Yayo, because it's just like, because you're quiet, and then all of a sudden you have these just like eruptions of joy, and it's good to see you share that with Miki. So I'm sure she was happy, because you two kind of remind me of the same, like in a way, like the way you guys are. You could easily be a variety member if you were a cute Japanese female idol, which you're not, unfortunately. But I'm just saying. Anyways, all right. I wanted to actually, since you had brought up the Janken tournament, which you unfortunately will be in the air flying as it's happening, but don't worry, we're gonna think about you while we're watching it together, because I'm sure us three will definitely watch it together.
Yep.
I wanted to say, first of all, I want to ask each of you, what are your thoughts about, are you excited? Do you guys have anybody in mind that you want to win? Also, you heard that Tano-chan isn't participating, which was kind of a bummer. Sorry, Haru. I know that must bum her out to no end. But what do you guys think? Anybody?
It will definitely be someone new.
Someone new?
It will definitely be someone new because all the members that will be in there. Oh, I think only Sashi's group is there, and then Sakura. But there are a lot of members who are I wouldn't say no names, but lesser known. So I think there's a lot of chance to have for this new unit rise to the occasion.
Who are you wanting to see when if you had to pick a team? Who would you want to?
Everyone's out that I would like. Everyone's already out.
Seriously? Wow. Okay.
Really?
Okay.
I was even thinking Tano was like, oh, Tano's maybe in it. Oh, wait, she's gone too.
Oh yeah, she left. Yeah.
There's no Nasaurena, there's no Yamaguchi Maho, there's no Okada Nana. This is like.
Oh boy.
So you're portraying your favorite team right now, Robin? The 16 and Pitsu?
16 Gen, okay. Maybe 16 Gen, who knows?
Right on. Go, yeah. What were you gonna say? Who did you have somebody in particular that you were interested in seeing?
I just want 16 Gen to win, like just 16 Gen. Also, more of like the winning side. I'm looking more forward to the event itself because of the cosplays and like the special guests.
Right, yeah.
Like everyone just going like Cold War thing, like what Oshima Yuko did at one Janken tournament. Like she went all out there, like woo, ah, woo.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the main event itself, not about the winning, but like the whole surrounding of everyone, basically.
Right on. DX?
No, for me, it's going to be the Kokeshi sisters or 16 Gen. Both groups have pretty good potential members, and I really am interested in the new dynamic it's going to take on if either of these groups win. So I'm rooting for those two at the moment.
Who's in the Kokeshi sisters again? If just to help our fans?
Ichikawa Miori, Okappa, and Murakawa Vivian.
Yeah, so that's literally exactly the group I was going to say, because I think that'd be the quirkiest, strangest single or group thing ever. Because
I know, right? That's why I'm kind of rooting for them.
Yeah, Vivian's insane. She's so ganky. She's a big ball energy. When I saw HKT at the Tokyo Idol Festival, and they were in the the one room or whatever, it was all Vivian the whole entire show. She just in your face. Plus, when I met her, she's I mean, she's just crazy. Fresh Lemon is just she's Fresh Lemon. She's so out there, and plus she can't sing, which is even more kind of charming in its own way. But then you have Okappa, who kind of is this. For me, I don't want to say she's still an unknown because she's definitely known at this point. But she's another, like, if you had NGT lined up, you'd say who's the oddball here. You would look at Maho and you'd look at Okappa. Those would be the two that would get the top votes for oddball. And Okappa, I mean, I could just see all these three girls, if they created a really out there song, like maybe some kind of like crazy like rap song even.
Oh my god.
Kidding, Robin.
No, I saw Okappa hanging out with Fukuoka Sena.
Yep.
Like lately.
Oh, nice.
Like those two are friends now I think because of the Sosenkyo single.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say that kind of a group could bring a bit of fresh interest. It could be something really fun. I don't know if it'd necessarily be memorable. I don't know if in a year from now we'd even remember what they sung. But I think for the time being, like how Tanaman's single was very cool. It was original. It wasn't something I remembered or cared for over the long run, but it was different. How they approached it. This could also give us that kind of thing. But at the same time, like if 16 Gen win, that would be amazing because technically they'd be getting like their own single, so to speak. It'd be like that could boost them up even higher. And I could also see like you'd have so many members having a chance in 16 Gen to shine because all the focus would be only on them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be really cool if they won too. But if there was anyone else, I was trying to think, and I really just want the Kokeshi sisters to win. So.
Wow. But yeah,
it could be fun.
Interesting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because it's basically the birth of an all-new subunit again. And I don't know. The last subunit, I didn't think they did too well, but you can always try, I guess. So, kind of looking forward to it in any case.
Yeah, I mean, it should be fun. I'm starting to get hyped for the Janken. That's what I wanted to talk about this week because I think as we get more closer to the date, it's going to be more and more fun and interesting to see how it's getting ramped up. I mean, obviously, it's not as big of huge of event as the Senkyo, but it's still fun because it's one of the few events every year we as AKB fans, especially international fans, can kind of semi-participate in terms of like our viewing and everything. Everyone's going to be logged in that night on Taiwan clubs probably watching, so
Yeah.
and then it'll crash at least 5 times during the night, maybe more. So anyways,
We're
speaking
kind of
of,
lucky with the Sasenki, though.
yes, we were actually. Surprisingly, it was a pretty steady stream, which I was pretty happy about. So can't complain. I was gonna say, speaking of singles and stuff like that, the new AKB single results were in, and anybody want to say what the number was? What was it? It was
1,043,000 buys on day one.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Like that, yeah.
Is that good or bad?
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good,
1
yeah.
million buys on day one, still, it's pretty
Yeah,
good, or
exactly.
it's not even a Sosenkyo ticket. It's just a single.
Right. The reason why I say that though is because it's barely 1 million, and I'm just wondering if that's a sign of something, you know, a tremor in the force, if you will, for the idol community that loves AKB. You know, do you think that they barely got it? I mean, it's still amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, 1 million sales is 1 million sales, but
Barely 43,000, barely.
well, I
Point
mean,
taken.
you know. I'm just saying that's low for them, I thought, if I'm not mistaken. So, but I could be wrong on that,
I
actually.
think Takamina's final single, Kuchi Be My Baby, actually was under 1 million.
Was it under?
No, they made it actually at the end. They encountered some sales, so it's not the first single that was under 1 million. It was close though, but it was still 1 million.
Well, in any event, I still, you know, say hats off. You know, congrats to AKB, very cool. Also, Nogizaka has announced that they have a single coming up too. If I'm not mistaken, they're 19th, but it seems kind of fast to me. I think Josh even mentioned it in his weekly newscast. But what are your guys' thoughts on that?
It's a bit fast, I would again. It's not even that long since Nigamizu, I think. So.
Yeah. Have you watched the Senbatsu lists? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it yet, so.
Okay, so if I may say, it's double center again.
Oh, really?
And it's Nishino Nanase.
Oh.
So she's back for being double center. But this time, Saito Asuka is centering with her.
Oh wow!
Kind of like
so I think her last center was, of course, the great song "Summer" from last year. I see Shiraishi Mai, Hori Miona. Then row 2 is Wakatsuki Yumi, Inoue Sayori, Matsumura Sayori, Ikuta Erika, Ito Marika, Sakura Reika. Oh, she moved up. That's nice. Eto Misa. Row 3. What?
Sorry.
Okay.
Random.
Row 3 is Shinichi Mai, Sato Yuri, Hoshino Minami, Iko Marina, again in row 3. Akimoto Manatsu is in row 3. Kitano Hinako, Nakara Kana, and Takayama Kazumi.
Oh,
so no third gen, right?
No, the first gen, I think. I haven't heard it anyway, so I don't know.
Why do you guys think that is? I mean, it's kind of curious.
I don't know. I would say that they tried something, and now they're like, it didn't go. It was still a hit, but not as we hoped it would hit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, yo.
I think they're going for the cast of the movie. For the
really?
There you go.
Yeah.
Hit it right on the nose.
Because
yeah,
that's basically the lineup in the movie. Like, I think that's the members that starred in the movie, so they're
There you
doing
go.
the movie.
Oh, that explains a lot.
there you go. Well, I mean, I'm admittedly not the biggest Nogi fan, but I do know who Saito Asuka was, so I was happy to see her as part of that whole lineup and in such a prominent position. But I was also thinking in terms of speed, you know, I really actually think, you know, I think Josh had quickly touched upon this, but I actually think it's because of the Tokyo Dome concert, because this is just one more song they can get crushed real fast and just shown to their fans before their big, huge, you know, dome appearance. So
when is the movie coming out?
Yeah.
I think around the same time as the single does, though.
Yeah.
Like,
October.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, 22nd of October.
Okay.
Or no, September.
September. Okay.
Oh, you can watch it. Go watch.
Go watch
There
it.
you
Yeah,
go.
I get to watch the movie. I can be at the premiere. I can maybe see Shirashimai.
Yeah, go.
There you go, Robin. You could.
One event done.
One break. At least one break you got.
Robin is trying so desperately to find something he can go to. I feel so bad for him.
It's like, we have these beautiful sites in Japan, go to like the 1000 Step in Kyoto or the Deer Park. It's like, no, she got to see something.
Right?
No, I'm going to have so much fun.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. You're gonna have a
You
blast.
will.
It's gonna be
But
total.
maybe, I think Yeo is very right at the moment with the, it's being rushed because of the movie. So
Wow.
but maybe also combining with Tokyo Dome, combining with it. So there's a reason behind it, and they want experienced members and movie members. So that's why the lineup is like this.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
whatever
I
though.
do.
Nogi's on fire, so it doesn't matter. I mean, they're crushing it. They're killing it. So I mean, good for them. One person you won't see apparently in Japan that I was hoping you would is Abe Maria, because
yeah.
apparently, like that seg there.
Oh, boy.
Rob, you thank you for that. Yeah, because she's getting transferred to the mythical, imaginary Taipei 48. So I don't know. I wanted to look. I'm a big, huge fan of Abe Maria. Like I always have been. She's always been on my radar. As a 10th gen member, she came out with Ariyama, for Anage, Fujita Nana, Renachi, Izarina, Fresh Lemon. Those are some of the bigger names out of the 10th gen. I gotta be honest. She's not even to me like that old. I mean, I think she just turned 21 or whatever. But maybe that is old, and because I mean, we saw another member announce her graduation from NMB, Miss Yuria, and she's 21 or 22, so maybe
22,
that's
yeah.
why. But in her defense, she's a Kenkisei. Abe Maria's been around
NGT.
forever. NGT, sorry. No, is it NGT? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said NMB. Sorry, NGT. Sorry, I get them mixed up. But no, I just think like Maria was one of those girls that never really had like a voice in anything she kind of was shown on. She was around in a lot of stuff, obviously, but she didn't have that like come out and impress you with my humor and variety personality. She's very awkward at us, but she's beautiful. She's a model. She definitely was like the eye candy of Team K, if you will.
Yeah.
And she was a good dancer too. And I'm talking like she's done for, but I'm just saying. I mean, she technically is. She's going to Taipei. We're never going to see her again. But it's just like, I just don't understand why. Maybe because his arena, like her fellow 10th gen, went to Bangkok 48, which seems to be doing good, and seems to be kind of actually progressing towards something. But Taipei 48 is still this mythical creature. I just wonder what the logic was there. I mean, I know she was learning Chinese, so maybe that would explain why she was learning that, perhaps. Maybe this is a long time coming, but what are your guys' thoughts on this? Anybody impacted by this? Anybody care?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
she's going to be missed, but I wonder if this has implication for Macharin as well, because she was supposed to be a transfer student, and if Taipei ever launches, will she return to Taipei 48 or not, or will she stay at AKB? And that's the question that's been bugging me the past couple of days since the announcement of the transfer. So I don't know, man.
I got a
Actually,
bone
don't
to
know.
pick with you, Yeo.
Uh-oh.
You announcing on Twitter like that, announcing on Facebook. Well, I guess I'm lucky that I saw Matsuri before she leaves. I'm like, what? Like I'm looking information up, finding out. It's like, don't spread rumors like that. It's a hunch. It's like thinking. No, she's not leaving. Matsuri is really popular right now. I'm gonna say right now. I don't have a reputation, but still, I'm gonna stake anything on it. She'll be still with AKB for the next year. She's like really an asset to AKB 48. Just variety wise, showrooms, anything like that. If she makes it to So Sankyo next year, be surprised on what her rank will be.
Oh, she's going to
It's
rank. Do you have a prediction?
Oh,
Or?
very high. It's like every
Like
time
other
you hear
girls?
it, like maybe I think maybe somewhere bottom undergirls or something like that. Her name is almost everywhere out there, just Macharin everywhere.
Yeah,
Because she's like she has the look, she has the personality, and if you see her in her shows, she's also very entertaining. So it's like she's actually performed in the whole package. It's pretty funny if you see her debut on Kohaku and where she is now within like a short amount of time. She's amazing. So
the thing about Matrin though, and this isn't just necessarily about her, but about just AKB48 in general and all the years we've been fans, is that with AKB idols, their fires burn brightly and they die quicker. So I'm just saying, if her fire is still burning bright comes to Senkyo time, she's gonna be a definitely a point of conversation. I mean, even potentially Sanbatsu, potentially, because you never know. I mean, after Ogi and what she did, she broke it open for all these girls. Because if Ogi can do it, sure, why couldn't Matrin? Plus, It'd be really cool because of Matrin's background. That would be really cool. But here's my problem. I really, really want sister groups to exist. I rag on them a lot on this show, but in all honesty, I would love to see a Type A48. I would love to see a Manila 48 and all of the ones that have been announced. I would love to see them stay within the parameters that AKB has set up for themselves and not pull a Shanghai 48 or worse, what Manila 48 kind of hinted they might do. But the thing is, when a member, let's say like Abe Maria, who's been around forever, gets transferred, it's usually like one step towards getting out the door permanently in AKB. It always seems to be the case, always. I mean, if we look at like, yeah, exactly, or Miyazawa Sai, for crying out loud. Yep. I mean, just all of them. So it's just, to me, if Matrin goes to Type A48, and let's put on our like dream hats and think for a second, okay, maybe it really will happen. If Type A48 becomes this big, huge force, kind of like Jakarta 48 was for a while there. They were on fire. Matrin could be total ace of that group, just for the simple fact that she has the connection, she's got all the appeal all over. I could totally see Matrin making Type A48 into something huge. So if she did go, it wouldn't be like a case of Haruka Nakagawa going to Jakarta 48, because even though Haruka had kind of a popularity, I say within AKB, believe it or not, when she went over to Jakarta 48, some of those girls just totally outshone Haruka. Now, don't get me wrong, she was still popular in Jakarta 48, but she wasn't as popular as the one girl. What was her name? Was it? I can't remember her name right offhand because it's been a while, but she graduated. And then
Jessica Miranda?
Jessica, yeah. Jessica was huge in Jakarta 48. But Matrin could easily be the girl. She really could. However...
And yeah.
Go ahead.
The thing is, so before you say however... they sent Abe Maria because they know if we send her, she's lesser known in Japan, but for overseas, again, the word overseas comes up, she's more known. She will be popular there. She will rise up because she's the well-known among all the new girls. If you send Matsurin over there, you'll still have the same effect, but then you will have like a lot of lost money in Japan itself because, like I said, Matsurin's rise is just starting, and a lot of Japanese fans are following her. I would definitely say more so than Abe Maria, because I see Matsurin like every week on AK Bingo. Abe Maria, when was the last time she was there?
Right.
That's a good point, yeah.
You actually kind of segued into what I was going to say, is that like I think with Matrin though, like if she were to go over and do that now, it wouldn't be the right time. So I was actually just going to say that. Also too, like I mean, I met Abe Maria, and she is just every bit as beautiful as I had hoped she would be, and she was very sweet to me and very kind in her voice. But I think when you go over to a place like that, it's also easy to get lost the same way she did in AKB's group, because if Taipei really does shine up, those girls, they're going to be so huge. I think just in Taiwan alone, they're going to be so huge. And I think Taiwanese fans, I can't speak for them, obviously, I'm not Taiwanese, but I have a hunch that they would really embrace, Taipei 48, like much more than we probably can even begin to understand. I can really at the same time see Abe Maria become a goddess over there. I honestly can't. It's just the question is, will Taipei 48 even exist? And that's the scary part. Because Bangkok 48, Izarina, I actually think we'll see Bangkok 48. They're actually moving, they seem like it's a real thing there. It actually does. But Taipei 48, the only thing I ever see from them are like random weird videos of some of their members doing like events and stuff. And I'm thinking that's cool that you guys are doing like little things like jumping around in a river and dancing. Like I saw the one video they just put up. But I'm like, when are you gonna do a concert? Where is your show? Where is your Sambatsu or your organization list? I want to see the members. Like we haven't seen nothing.
Do they even
So
have a
it's
theater
just
yet, or?
yeah. She got a theater even. I mean,
We're hearing news, so it's active.
yeah.
No,
I mean,
the
when you
website launched, but
just because you put Mayuyu on a commercial doesn't mean they're active though. That's to me that's propaganda. It's like, oh, we're just letting you know we're still around, but it's gonna be another 10 years. So sorry guys, the Olympics will be out before we're out. So but who knows? Who knows? Maybe they'll get their act together. If they do, I wish Abe Maria all the best. I did mention though that NGT's one of the more popular Kenkyuseis had also announced her graduation. Otaki Yuria. She stood out. I mean, she has definitely a look of her own, but I mean, I'm just, other than the age thing, I'm wondering, is this a good sign or a bad thing? I mean, GT,
It's
thoughts?
predictable.
Predictable. Interesting.
It's more like she had the look, and that's it. She was very energetic, very hungry to do something, but she was lacking something compared to the other members of NGT. There's a feeling. There's definitely a reason I know that she's still a Kenkyusei. Why she wasn't like everybody else, a member of NGT.
Yeah.
And you can see it also on Nikata No Friend. It's like it's lacking. It's not the complete package you want to see. And maybe over time she would have made it, but yeah, the other problem was she is also a bit older, and she's now well, it's now been 2 years. I'm still a Kenkyusei. We just had our first single. I don't know what the payroll is for Kenkyusei. I don't think there's a real payroll because you're still not an official member. So it's more like I need to plan out my future. Oh, okay, this is the obvious. And maybe it also helps that Kitari decide I'm leaving. So it's more like, I'm leaving too.
Okay. So any Yayo, DX, your guys' thoughts?
Yeah.
Speaking of age, I think remember what Imamura-san said. He said he wants. I think the whole NGT management said it's like, oh, we want 23 plus members here. So like it's better. I'm like, that's not gonna work somehow, because after like a few years they're gone.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
like, and like with Otaki Yuria, like the only thing I like about her attitude and like her showrooms, all her showrooms is basically like Anju's, like, oh, let's play a game together, woo, kind of thing.
Wow.
Like the gaming attitude kind of thing. So I think she's going that route too, like the gaming industry kind of thing. So I don't know.
Have you had any interactions with her? Like, I mean, have you been able to say hi to her or talk to her on any of those?
No, not really. I just look, because there's like other members in showroom that I like. So I'm like, oh my god, there's like showrooms. But like, yeah. So, but when I saw her showroom, it's basically gaming. I'm like, okay, she's cool. So.
Very cool. Very, very, very cool. I like that. I think that's cool. I guess for me, again, I think it's more the age thing. Maybe she just wasn't really doing what maybe perhaps she had wanted to do with her time in AKB48. So I am hoping and wishing all the best for her. Whatever she does end up doing. If she does end up going to gaming, great. I mean, she certainly has now a bit of popularity that can definitely help her. Obviously, because she'll stand out from just, a lot of other people. Like, hey, I'm I was in AKB48, blah, blah, blah. But I do just think, I don't know, we're already starting to kind of see a lot of members starting to kind of disappear. It's sort of like, oh, man, so I don't know. It's just, the big one I'm still waiting for is Sayane, because I think Robin's going to be right in his prediction that it's coming.
Indeed.
I'll be there. I'll be there when she announces it.
Well, that's probably true, too. I can totally see it.
Then I'll believe in the stars, aligned signs, like fate. I'm the instigator. It's like, I was a sudden urge, a sudden feeling that I need to graduate. I need to announce it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. You see me in the corner, just like.
No, I remember Sayane announcing something, and she was going to be on showroom, and we all were like, "Uh-oh, is she going to announce it?" Oh no, it's just she's announcing a solo tour. And
Mhm.
we're like, phew.
Yeah,
First
I was worried about that. You know, I mean, because anytime they say it, but I think Robin, you had even said it. Like the cool trend now is, you know, to announce that you're gonna make an announcement. So we all get freaked out, and then of course that gets everyone to tune in to you know, your showroom, and then it's like,
Yeah.
I gotcha. I'm announcing a tour. And you're just like,
Aw.
but then, I mean, I'd rather them do that than tell me, you know, they're gonna, you know, quit or whatever. So, anyways, a couple other things I want to talk about. Actually, two other things.
Wait,
really.
wait.
I have
I'm sorry. Go
something.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're still part of Ave Maria's transfer, right? So
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Go
I
ahead.
should have said this, but like in Janken, she's actually paired up with Anin. Like they have
God.
Maria Anin in Janken. So
Yeah.
if they win, we can see more Ave Maria for like 2 more months. So to promote the
Let's hope
single
so.
that
Let's
they're
hope
gonna
so.
put out.
So in other words, if you're an Anon fan, you can pretty much guarantee they're not gonna win because I just can't see it happen. Also, if we look at
They
Anon,
are going to look fabulous, though.
they're gonna look great.
Oh,
Sure, they're
definitely.
probably gonna be one of the hotter groups that are participating. But yeah, it's because I mean, just think about the complexity of that. If they actually did win, and Abe is like, well, I'm leaving, so
Yeah,
Anon, you
exactly.
could take over.
How are
It's
we going
cool.
to do that in promotion and such, you know?
Oh yeah, because Ave Maria is the one has to face the fans because Anin has trauma. So basically, she has to stay there for 2 more months.
Yeah,
Okay.
Anon has drama. You said?
Trauma.
Oh, drama. Yeah, no, of course, and
Of course.
and that. But you know what? In that case, though, I mean, that's totally understandable. And whatever that girl needs, that would be fine. Annan deserves, you know, all of our support in that sense, even after these couple years have gone. Still fresh in my mind. But I would say it's just, yeah, they're not gonna win. So you might as well just mark them off. No, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to rush you there. Yeah, I wanted to talk about 2 more things. One is, have you guys had a chance to check out the Equal Love documentary, the 2nd episode, or even watched any of them? Oh my God!
Yours not yet, sadly not. So
Yeah.
give us a brief synopsis.
Well, I mean, it was more of the same. Although apparently Anna Sensei is not there anymore. They had a new sensei teaching them. Maybe it was just because it was a new segment. They had like a drama teacher there, so the girls had to like pretend they were in a drama and really show their emotions. And they all went around in a circle, and some of those girls shed some serious tears for that. Even the sensei looked like she was gonna cry because it was very emotional. But what I know this is like a really random side note about this, but what I really love was the music. Whoever's doing the soundtrack for this documentary is like my freaking hero because it's so emotional and so beautiful. It's just when you watch the documentary, you feel like you're watching like an old school AKB documentary. You know, when they had like that really cool like just melancholy music playing, and it's really getting me pumped for Equal Love to like just explode. But when they were doing like the choreography for, you know, their single, it was just I don't know, it was very cool to see these girls, and they also started to interview some of the girls individually, including like my girl Hitomi. She definitely stood out to me in the interviews, but there was a couple other ones that also were kind of coming up, and their names escape me. I apologize, but just watch it. I think it's great. None of you guys saw it. Am I the only one?
Yeah, sadly so. I didn't have time for it.
Oh, you're killing me.
It's on the recommendation list.
Yep, so that's
I actually have something else for a recommendation that's actually extremely good, but we'll get to that. I did want to say, though, you guys influenced me to watch something, and I'm really glad you guys did. It's something I think we could spend probably even the rest of the time talking about. The World Idol WIP finale. Before you guys even talk about it, because I kind of want to give it over to you guys since this is more your world, I have to be honest, I wasn't 100% keen on watching it. I watched the finale because I actually was sleeping and I woke up like right as the last match started. But then I found a stream. I was able to watch all of them. I gotta be honest, like I was trying to work and watch, and I just ended up watching more than working. I was completely blown away at how much fun it was. It was weird at times. Some of the things they were doing, I was like, WTF in a big way, like just a big cloud over my head, like what the F. But same time, some of the moves they were doing, and like some of the hits and some of the crazy things they did, I just started thinking, how long did it take them to do this? And how are they not all injured? Because some of those things they did were like just watching like Komiharu, just some of the things she did was, I was just like, this little girl was killing it. But I'm getting it myself. Why don't we go through it, Robin? I'm actually gonna let you take point on this because this is more your guys' thing. Let's go through the matches. What did you guys think?
Oh man,
I can start with the first one.
let's go for it.
All right, so well, if people know New Japan Pro Wrestling, so these are the guys who actually trained the girls, and it happens to be that the guy who trained them is also like the commentator for the show. So they open it up like a usual New Japan Pro Wrestling. They first welcome everybody to the arena, then they show like, oh, these giant posters of all the wrestlers who were there.
I want one.
Like, and then I saw in the crowd all the shirts. I want a WIP shirt. And I want a Hollywood Judina shirt. It looks amazing.
There you go.
It's like, so I was like already blown away. Then it's it started up, and I was like hoping entrances, and they had their generic rock music to enter up. I'm thinking, did they? No, singing came later. So yeah, they announced the first match, and that was, I believe, it was Saho.
Yeah.
Versus who was that?
Tatsuya
Makiho.
Yeah. So Saho, did her catchphrase a little differently because of wrestling. But you can tell actually that they announced the card. They announced 6 matches, and you can tell the further we got into the card, the better the wrestlers were. Except for one match, but we'll get there. It was fine. It was like at certain times I'm like, ooh, you can own your craft, and the selling was okay, but still, it was. I've seen a lot worse matches in women wrestling, so I'm very impressed that these tiny girls are actually doing a match, and they got real into character. Every time a match ended, they do a promo, and they talk, and you see like the cutesy Saho being actually a little bit heelish, so it's like very nice over there. The first match was pretty much forgettable, but fine to watch. And anyone else before we go to the second match?
I was surprised they modified the naming of some finishers, like the Walls of Jericho, Walls of Tatsumaki instead of the Walls of Jericho and such.
Yeah.
They have to, they have to change it.
Mm-hmm.
I did forget though. The actual manager from the TV show showed up, and he did his introduction, and they had a whole segment. I believe there was a segment with Shiroma Meru showing up, and they had like all in like segments before matches, like the storytelling. I was very enthralled. It's like, oh, something's going to happen. Was match 2 with Suda Akari?
Match 2 was
that was later.
Nakairika, the one with Nakairika.
Oh,
that was fun. That was fun. Okay,
it was so yeah.
Okay, so that was the one that gave me the most like WTF like moments, because I was like, what's going on? But I gotta be honest, like Nakairika was so awesome in it because she was such like a little like I don't like just this devious little like troll imp, the girl that, well, very pretty one, but like the way she, how it all ended and how she totally got the match to go her way. I was like, this is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, so it was Nakairika with Katorena and Kizuki Yurika, or the No Future Yuria, and they all have like wrestling names. So I forgot some of them, but Cutie Rena or Renachi.
Yeah, and Papa Kisaki.
And then they faced off against Matsurin. She was there. She had like this all black leather outfit, like badass. Mad Dog Miho, who brought a chair, who said Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's interesting. And who was the third one?
Katsuya Hirose.
Yeah, so it was a comedy match.
By far.
Yeah, so Nakairika is the worst wrestler of the bunch, and they know it. And that's funny, they played off it. That's her character. Yep. She wins matches by like doing the worst. The one in the corner is a famous spot doing like the tap. Oh, go ahead, yo. Before I go.
Speaking of this, I think that's why she's transferred over to the Kinishicho dojo now. So that's why she's there with Renachi and the others. I think that's why she's bad. So
yeah, but it's more like in the corner she was doing the slaps, and it was like tap 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 on the boobs. He was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And even Mad Dog's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to wrestle. But I do love the finish.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was so happy with the finish
So
of the match.
funny.
This
So
is
funny.
straight a playbook out of Eddie Guerrero's
Oh, yeah.
book. It's like, so the chair.
Yeah.
If you get hit by a chair during the match, you get disqualified.
Of course.
So at one point, the chair was in the ring, and everyone was distracted. Because it was a tag match, 3 against 3. At one point, Nakai Rika gets the chair, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe she's gonna do something. No, she puts the chair on her head,
Yeah.
open up, and then she goes to what?
I like when she looked at the fans. She's like,
Yeah. Like watching them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so into character, and that's why I love it. They were really, really professional on that part. But yeah, then Mad Dog Meow grabs the chair, and he's like, yelling. And she's a little crying during the match as well, like fake crying. But yeah, she's like, the chair is like the ref, like, oh, wait, well, disqualified. Nakai wins. Like, I win. It's like,
That was Katamina. Was she there? That was her match. No, that was the next one. Yeah. Well, coming up. Anyway, no. But I was gonna say with Nakai Rika, like the thing I thought that was really impressive, like obviously the character thing, but the fact that like she is seriously this tall. And the other girls aren't exactly big either, but she looks like if you just did this to her, this girl would break in 5,000 pieces. And yet she won, and it was so much fun because I was totally. At first, I wasn't buying the whole the comedy thing because it was such a shock because I hadn't really watched any of this. But then when I saw that, I just slowly started to get into this whole character thing. So by the very final match of this whole thing, I was totally like, like totally in it. But anyways.
But basically, there's in New Japan a wrestler who does this perfectly. It's Toru Yano. And he does his matches like all his comedy matches. There's this very good match. It's in the G1. It's Toru Yano versus Kenny Omega. It's a whole thing. There's tape involved, then they get taped with shoes, then they hop, and then it's like, hey, I got a present, it's a DVD, and then there's a flower in there and stuff like that. So it's amazingly to watch. I really was happy with that match.
Very much.
Third match was then...
The matcharin like this.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Right,
yeah, no.
Right.
You're some point. You would like to tell it, or?
Go ahead, yeah.
Go ahead.
I liked it when they were attacking Nakai Rika first, right? They're like,
going like, yay!
Then Renachi tags in and like Miho, they're like, what? It's like one more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Miho got dragged into it, and she's like, I'm just grabbing an arm. Hey, this is an arm. Bang, bang. Like, it hurts so much.
Yeah.
That's why I love it. That's why it's such a comedy match. That's the thing. So in wrestling, you can be like, the ultimate wrestler, do the moves and amazing stuff. But if you can tell a story, that's the most important thing in wrestling, I would say.
Yep.
Just look at like even the WWE wrestlers. Some of them have the worst gimmicks ever, or they can't even wrestle. They can't even do like extreme moves, but they tell a story. And because of the story is so involved, it's fun to watch, and you're entertained. And that's the whole thing with wrestling. Like oh, it's fake. No, it's fine. It's fine. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy what it is. But then the opposite in third match, that was amazing. That was really surprising for me. So this was another 3 versus 3 tag match.
Yep.
And it was compelled with Chody. Yep. So she is back in WIP because she in the show she graduated from WIP with Katomina and with from NMB. I forget her name, but she is a very athletic. Yeah, she's very athletic.
She's from AKB though.
AKB?
Yeah.
Oh,
she's from AKB.
Ichigo.
What generation?
She's part of Ichigo-sans. Yeah.
So,
she's with Komis.
Yeah, Yumoto Ami. Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one in the Janken that's always at the end. She almost won the Janken this last year.
Okay, yeah. Well, she's very athletic.
She's awesome.
Yep.
Oh,
She's
that's
awesome.
why I forgot her, because she changed her hair like a lot. I think at Janken she had like a ponytail, and now she has like brown hair long.
Do you remember Yumamoto Ami, also like the one Janken, like I think she was a ninja and she came out like a ninja and she was doing like flips and crap.
That's her.
She really stuck out. She knows how to do it, but she's like perfect for this whole thing because she is so talented. Like she could actually do this, I think.
She surprised me a lot during the matches. The entrances were fun. You know, go ahead.
Okay, but here's the question I have to you guys. Why did Katamino look like she was upset, like she didn't want to be there? Did you notice that?
That's her character, actually.
Yeah.
That's her character? Okay, because I didn't know.
She is a bad guy on the show, so she didn't want to be in the tag match. She's like giving her mean face. So I think she's overacting, to be honest, because normally she smiles a lot. So I think she's trying very hard to be mean and serious. Because when you smile during a wrestling match, it's called corpsing, and so it's a wrestling term. But corpsing is breaking character. So you smile, and then you get sent for the man because of Botchamania. If you watch, it's like a whole thing. But yeah, so their opponents were Suda Akari, who's like she has such a good character, with Oya Shizuka and Nakanishi Chiori.
Yep.
And my God. Okay, before even the match starts, Suda Akari has something to say. She is pissed off. She's like, why am I not in the main event?
Right.
Yep.
Like, I should be facing Hollywood Journal. Like a real heelish promo. I'm like, oh, she's doing this so well. And then the match starts, and this match, I think this was the best match.
Me too.
Because
it was my favorite.
Even though there were very good matches, but this one, it was so athletic. You know, you have damn it, Ami.
Ami.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yumoto Ami.
Yumoto Ami.
Yeah.
I'll try to remember you. I'm sorry. It's more like they're doing flips. They're doing, elbows and combining crazy. That was amazing. She actually jumped from the top rope on outside the ring. I'm like, you are crazy. You're doing that. But amazing. It's like, and even she did a suplex from not a suplex. She did a somersault, backflip,
Moonsault.
just a backflip, moonsault. That's the word I'm looking. Thank you. A moonsault to the ring, and it could have gone better. I think. Ooh, she almost like landed wrong, but she connected. That was pretty fine. And Thierry impressed me. She did like the cradle.
Yep.
Going around the ring, just glowing like that. That's very tough to do, actually, because you need to use the full weight. Well, they're not very heavy on that side, but you still have to do that for a while. I love it when Suda Akari was doing like a submission move, like the octopus move she does, and then the head smashes in, and the crowd is counting, and normally you go like to 10, but it's like she stops at 8. It's like, I'm an octopus. You have 8 legs, like. I was so happy with her.
I think Dasu impressed me the most, especially because I like, now that I think about it, like it was a good foreshadow when she of what happened later in the show, at the very tail end of things. But I would say with Dasu, like she is such a great actress and gets into character so well. And watching her be so athletic, I mean, her and Ami, when they were moving around, it was like a ballerina in the ring. It was just or a ballet in the ring. It was really ring ballet at its best, because like I remember like when I used to watch WWF, there was this one wrestler. I don't even think he had a name, but he did all this kind of stuff. He's masked, so you never saw who he really was. But he would do flips and
Rey Mysterio.
I don't know what his name was. Maybe it was. I can't remember, so long ago. But he used to walk on the ropes and then like jump off the ropes while he was holding somebody and just do crazy moves that like I never saw any other wrestler do. And that's what they reminded me of, was like a throwback to that. Yeah, no, it wasn't Undertaker. I know who that guy is. But like basically just overall the athleticism of this match was great. And I thought, and plus I mean Churi was so awesome in it. And just Oya, I mean my God, like when she was outside the ring just crushing things. Like she hit that one, that one move when she was outside, she took out what's her name? And it was just like I felt like I was watching like a real fake WWF match, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I like the ref spot with Suda Akari as well. Going in for the kiss, going in, and that bam,
Bam, yeah.
Kishanse, just Oh, it was so great, and then I was like very happy. Then we had the graduation announcement from. I was a little scared, like, are you breaking character and actually graduating? Please don't, please don't, please don't. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, it was
Just the
fun.
Then we had another segment. Was this the segment where the manager came out and he introduced a New Japan Pro Wrestler?
No, I think.
Oh no, that's
Battle Royale was
the Battle Royale. Yeah.
next. Yeah, Battle Royale.
Okay, so the Battle Royal, this was definitely like, okay, who cannot wrestle? Put them in the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
So, and to make it easier, you can do pinfall, submission, or over the top rope. Like, you're making it very easy.
Yeah.
Also, the runtime is like 1 minute, like that.
Yeah,
Mikuichi Mion came in, and she can only do the one move, like this
Yeah.
to the neck. Yet, I gotta say, Yamato Noe, God, she is definitely like a Santino Marella, I would say. Well, Santino Marella can wrestle. She can wrestle for anything, but I do love the screeching and trying to stay in character and having the crowd last, crying when she got illuminated. Just amazing stuff like that. But who was else in the Battle Royal? I know it was Momoka was in there.
Yep.
Furata
now.
Seicham was in there. Furata now. Furata now had a good segment. She took like the entire time just playing on the saxophone, and one more get in the ring. It's like, sorry. So it was very dull. But there was 8 wrestlers, and Seicham won, right?
No, Mion.
Mion won?
Yeah, of course they
come
had
on.
Mion win.
I love Giant Sato. Like, she literally was a giant then.
She did tower over those girls.
Yep.
I was gonna say, I like Momoko, of course, because she actually displayed some athleticism too. When she was outside the ring, she was hanging by her foot off the rope. I'm thinking if she slipped, she would fall and crack her head open. But she didn't break character once. I gotta be honest. I don't know how much these girls practice for this, but even the ones that couldn't wrestle, they had me convinced that they were enjoying themselves, and by the extension, I was enjoying myself watching. And again, I didn't think I would. I love battle royales. When I was a wrestling fan, those were my favorite things: was the battle royale and also the Royal Rumbles, or just regular battle royals where you have 20 people in a ring and they're just all just going crazy.
Yeah.
Funnest time ever, And I remember like in WWF, like when Ric Flair was in like all the way at the beginning at the Royal Rumble and he lasts all the way to the end. That was just amazing to me. Even if it was planned, I don't care. But
the stories,
the story was fun. And see Beyond when I was like, okay, I didn't have a problem with it, but it was, of course, she can't lose. Come on.
I think Momoka got hit connected, I think, with a knee by someone in the corner. And that was like, ooh, that really connected. It was. I
was gonna
say,
say,
happens.
Yeah, did you guys notice throughout a lot of these matches, like a lot of connections, like real hits? Because I swear some of them hit for real.
Kaori got hit as well. You could see in the showroom later, she had an ice pack for her lip.
Okay.
Nakairika. Her wrist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there were moments that were definitely hit, but it's a physical sport. Even though it's fake, it still gets connected.
You can train as much. Accidents do happen. So.
So the battle royal was nice, cooling down. So we get to another match. I really like this match as well. This one had the future star power potential and unbelievable. Oh man. So it was Oda Eri and Taniguchi Megu. Or Yabakune, what's Yabakune?
Yabakune Taniguchi.
Yabakune.
Straight from my
that stare of Megu is just amazing. And the outfits looked like very nice, bright orange with blue and white and gold. Yeah. And then you had the other team. It was
Shark Komiyama.
Saya. Shark Komiyama and Saya. So it's like Kawamoto Saya.
Oh, Saya Kawamoto Saya.
Yeah, so again, the outfit for Saya was the cow outfit because she has something.
Yeah, because the Momo.
Momo thing. And Shark Komiyama, just Komiyama and Megu. Oda Eri as well, but Komiyama just in general was amazing. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
I saw it in the build-up. I noticed it during the trainings, like Mega could really run the ropes well, and seeing those moves that Komiyama was doing is like, oh, they're really taking on, and you can tell later in the show. First they did a promo, and she's like supporting Hollywood Junior. I'm the apprentice of Hollywood Junior, and we'll see what happens. Like she's very excited, and Omega is being evil. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, did two things. One, Komiharu, when she did the one move where she was like being swung around or whatever, and the legs, that was ridiculous.
The Hurricanrana and going to the submission move. Yeah,
that was amazing. But her arm. Did she really hurt her arm? Because they kept pounding on Komiharu's arm like over and over again.
She's fine.
No.
Is she okay? Do you think?
Yeah.
It had me fooled. I really thought she was hurt for a second.
She is really good at selling, doing good at promos, and actually wrestling moves. Again, if she wants to, she could be a full-time wrestler. But
it's kind of surprising actually.
It was her and Oda Eddie had like this was like a good segment. I never saw this in wrestling before, and I thought that's so smart. So she's being held like in a submission move. It's like trying to get to the ropes, and it's like okay. And then Oda Erie takes the arm and moves it. So it's like I can't use my arm. Well, I'll try my leg, and it's like no, I'll take your leg too. I'm doing it in submission moves. Like it's like yes, that's smart. That's logical. No, cutting to ropes. Eventually, then she came free. It's the only thing as a downside. There were a lot of outside moments that the tag partners like, oh, I can't go dream because I'm being held back by the other one. They haven't learned how to throw punches a lot, so that's why the basic move is just stay outside the ring and being held back. Maybe in the future they'll trade punches or they'll do separate outside spots.
Right.
But the biggest thing, I think I watched this 20 times when Komiyama won. And she was doing her speech that I never see. It's like rarely. The only time I saw it before was at the Majiska Gakuen musical play when she was. Have you guys seen that play actually?
Which one?
The Gekikara backstory.
Oh, that one. Yeah, seen it a while ago though, but.
Was it the Gekikara? No, it wasn't Gekikara. It was the supermarket with the Yukirin. Yeah. So at one point, Komiyama is in bed, and she just pumps up, and the villains are surprised. And first she does cute, and then she says "Imara," just with that very low, rough voice. And I love that voice of hers.
Yep.
And she did this in this promo. She just gets the mic and she just goes "Yosha Katazo." And I'm just like,
oh man.
20 points. 20 points for just that performance over there. She was so excited. It's like I love her nickname, love everything about that. So this match was very surprising to me. I still think the Suda Akari match was amazing, but this match is very close second.
I'm in total agreement. I loved it too. I thought Komiharu, she totally impressed me, and in a way I had no idea. I love this girl to death. I do. I honestly do. And just to see her shining there, it really made me feel like this girl can do anything. She really can. It's whatever she wants to do. I hope she doesn't get too depressed about things like the Sasenkyo and stuff anymore, because she's got such a huge future ahead of her. I mean, she already's living her future, for crying out loud. But watching her, she stuck out. And of course, Megotan was awesome. But I'm just saying, like, this was all Komi, you know.
I think we dropped the ball as fans. The fans.
We really did.
Yeah.
I think the majority of the fans that voted 2 years ago for Komi were more like, or last year.
Last year, yeah.
Last year. Voted for Komi. They were like, this year she'll be fine. I can vote for someone else. And too many thought about that, and they're like, oops. We'll fix this next year.
No, she's gonna be Sambatsu this year. This year's Sasenkyo coming up, without question. If she isn't, I'll really be major shocked in the biggest way possible.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I think that's why she wasn't that upset. She was like surprised, like, oh, and this is on us. This is definitely on us fans that we like. Oopsie.
Well, it won't happen again though. If Komiharu ever watches this, we love you to death. That's not gonna happen again for sure. Because I actually even would think about voting for her this time because I felt so bad. But anyways, so the next match then was an actual real match in a way. It looked real to me with American wrestlers who were gigantic women that totally rocked it and destroyed. Destroyed those poor girls.
Are you gonna say the same thing as I am, Yeo?
Yeah. USA!
And nobody was like, oh, you could hear a bird chirp.
No. I love that they had like a translator.
Yeah.
First off, it was more like, hey, I want to face Hollywood Junior because she faced them in the show. And then her tag partner, oh, I have something to say too. And she got the mic and she said, sushi! Yeah, and then the translator was like, oh, this and this and this and this and this and this and this. It's like,
right.
I laughed. It's like, great, man. I was very worried for Kaori. Because I know Shimada Haruka can take this. The work very safe. But Kaori, she really... I was surprised at the end, at the finish. But the match itself, it was rough. This was
really rough
wrestling style because they're large women and they can sell very well, but they also can take a lot. So they don't tell you like, okay, I'm gonna hold you now. They were gonna push. No. It's like, come here. It's like, like.
It reminded me of that one wrestling girl that popped up on AK Bingo every once in a while. And she would spin the group. She would spin the girls around and just go hard with them. But like, it's funny because you think of idols as these precious, frail creatures, and then you have Kawatan in there and Shimada just whipping it. I mean, because they started to get their groove by the end, obviously. But those first couple minutes, it was Kawatan on the ground, basically flat like a pancake. And I thought for a second, I'm like, did she really get knocked out? Because she wasn't even moving at one point. I'm like, is she dead? Like. Seriously,
that's a good seller, though.
Yeah, amazing.
And then just that finish is
it was awesome.
A reverse pile driver moved
Wow.
out by Kaori. I'm like, even I know the physics about that, how that works. That's a large woman you're carrying.
That's what I'm saying. She was holding, and I'm like, how is your back not broken in 3 different places at this point? Like, it was amazing that she did that. It kind of reminded me like when Hulk like body slammed Andre the Giant, and like he was like that first one, he was like, ugh, and he almost he couldn't do it. And that to me was like Kawatan with this big gigantic woman wrestler on her back, and Kawatan, I met her. She's literally as small as a little kid, and I'm thinking this is amazing. Like I can be honest, like, even though the Komi match was my second favorite, like, this one, obviously, I think this might have been my third favorite, but I have to give them up the credit for the most effort, I think.
Yeah, it was the hardest match to do.
Oh my god. And those American girls they didn't look like they were pulling punches for a while. Like, when they were running into the girls in the corners, I'm thinking, did she really hit her?
Like, to be fair, they're the most safest in the match. Even though it's it's the hardest match, it's also the safest match because you're in with professionals.
Yeah, they're professionals. Yeah, they know how to make it. They know how to sell. But it was fun to watch. But the thing is, it's like, as an American, I was sort of depressed. Nobody was cheering. And they were like USA, and it was like. Like, you could, Jerry's birds were just chirping away there because you couldn't hear, no one cared. And then, but whatever. It was just, as American, I was like, I want him to come, though. Do you think Shimada would accepted the invitation to come to America and wrestle? Because I would totally be down to watch that.
Maybe she'll be in the Mae Young International Tournament that's happening also. Then before we went to the final match, we had then the manager show up again. And then he introduced, like, someone from actual New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm like, oh, please be, Okada, or maybe Omega, or Naito. Blue Justice. All right, he's a legendary wrestler, but I would prefer someone, a little bit more known. Well, he showed up. He was like, okay, I'm here. Now what? You'll be back later. And then he left. Then we had the entrances of the final match, and that was so it was Power Stone. Yep. That's Hollywood Junior. What?
Sakura came first because Jurina's the champion, right?
Right. That's true. Champion come out last. You're right. So at first it's Cherry Miyawaki versus Long Speech Yokoyama.
Oh no! It's actually her name now is Long Speech Yokoyama, Japan.
Yeah. You gotta love that.
But she came out, nice music, came into entrance. Then Hollywood Jurina came out with Shiona Meru with the belts, even though she was like covering too much, but came in. And this now it was really a bit off rails. It's still AKB, so we have to have a song.
Yep.
And I like the announcers like, oh, long speech Yui or Yogama is looking for a mic. Where is the mic? And it's like couldn't find a mic. Got the mics, and then of course we had to give up a song, the one of the 49 single. And hey, it was no, it's not shoot sign. Not shoot sign.
They did shoot sign at the end.
No. That came later, yeah.
So yeah, they performed and looked amazing. Was pretty cool to do enter that. And then the manager showed up and they have tag belts. I'm like, why did they make tag belts? So I'm thinking,
exactly.
This is not a one-time thing, is it?
Nope.
Like, this is I've already said it multiple times. They put in so much effort in this. This couldn't be a one-time event. So I'm really excited. I'm like, yay, tag belts! It's for the titles. I'm thinking, well, Jurina has the title, so probably we'll go to Sakura and Yui.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So the match happened, and good match. You could tell these are the one. These are the one that worked very hard. I love it. First, Miru showing her sexiness, and then Yui's like, "I'll do it too." And Sakura's like, hit her. It's like, no. I'm still doing it. All right, just tag in. It's like, bam. It's like, oh. Just amazing movement.
Can I just interject real quick and just say that I think Miru is so fierce. Like, her whole personality, like, she can do the sexy thing, obviously, without any problem. The girl is, like, she is the epitome of sexy in AKB, but I would say, like, watching her just transform into this freaking beast and wrestling the way she did, I was the most impressed probably with her in this match because I knew Jurina was going to bring it, and Sakura-tan, she always does her thing. Yumion, I didn't really, like, I was like, whatever about her, but Miru, like, really, I was just like, oh my god, this girl is scary. Like, she was scary to watch her.
So many hip checks though. It's even more hip checks than Brock Lesnar does German suplexes in a match. It's like hip check. Even then you is like, all right, I'll hip check too. It's like, oh, come on. Well, it works. Sometimes you just need one move. It's still fighting. Sakura tried for an RKO. It was more of a stunner because Meru didn't do the bump right.
Oh,
but
speaking of the RKO, that's the finisher from the Suda match. It's called MKO from Oya.
Yeah.
MKO! Like, what?
But lots of wrestlers moves in there, and then pretty good match, solid match. I would say the ending surprised me as well. And this move, I saw it, do it hard, like on Twitter, on WI Twitter. But this move is from Tetsuya Naito. Yep. It's called Destiny, and then version 2. And it's like you get lift up, and then you have to do like a slam. But it's like you're walking on air to do a salt. And it's very tough to do. It's like both people have to work hard to do that move to completion. And it was beautiful. It's like it was perfectly chosen who the two people should be. And like, I like that Yui is the one who does the kicks because she's very well trained. I think in that she did some taekwondo, believe. Mm-hmm. But combining those two and making that match a finish, beautiful. And they won the tag belts. Hollywood Junior, so Powers won the tag belts. Like, now I'm the champion. That. All right, everybody, this was the event. It was amazing. Let's do shoot sign. I was like,
yeah.
All right, but then they do shoot sign, and I'm seeing everyone standing, but I'm missing someone who isn't there. What isn't there? And then I think you got confused by this the most, right, Derek?
Well, yeah, I didn't understand what was going on at first.
Okay, so
but I hadn't seen the earlier matches, so I understand now.
Yeah. So the super heel Suda Akari shows up with her posse with Oya Shizuka and Nakashin Chiori, and they just pummel Jurina. They hit her, they smash. They're like, everybody out, and like ref go away, and just kick everyone. Yeah.
Before we go to that, I liked it like, it's gonna happen because they were like not dancing the whole time. I'm like, oh, there's something gonna happen here.
Sure.
Oh, and before I actually go, before they did shoot sign, Junior had their promo as well, and it was pretty cool promo. But I do love it because it's also New Japan style. Every time the champion is done with a match, they announce the new like competitor, or if someone is like done with a match and one number one contender, they call out the champion. Hollywood Jurina called out Shark Komiyama. It's like, get stronger because I want to face you. I'm like, I want to see that match.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, me too.
But yeah, so the Smash-ins, like, they took the belts. They're like, oh, they took the tag belts. They took the title. And it's like, it's mine now. It's like, oh, and then the announcer said, to be continued. And then it ended. So the crowd was, you can definitely tell there were some non-wrestling fans in the crowd. So we're like, eh?
Yeah. Like, what happened?
I'm
like done? I'm like, yes, continuation. Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Second season.
I wonder, is it going to be a monthly thing? Is it going to be a half a year season? Or after they film a season, they're going to do the climax shows? Who knows?
I think, though, if I can interject, I was going to say, I think it would be silly of them to not jump into this right away because these girls all have the training. If you're going to have these girls take a break, they're going to get less, the training goes away. They need to stay right on it if they're going to do it, so hopefully they do.
To be fair, once you actually know the moves, it's like riding a bike. You don't forget.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, there are some things you have to work on your craft. But most of the thing, once it's in there, you'll know the moves. You're like, it's automatic thing. So I'm not worried about that. So if they do like, I'm hoping like a seasonal thing. So it's like, we're doing a new drama show, so like a season 2 of WIP, and then they do the.
Speaking of which, they don't have a deal with season 2 yet. Like I think they're trying to work out a deal because I read it somewhere.
I'm
sure it'll be fine.
Not for a while though, but like probably next year for sure.
Interesting. Well, that wouldn't be too bad. They did it through like the spring season into Sosenkyo, because that's a great promo for Sosenkyo too. That just gets you more pumped up about the girls that are participating, especially if they throw in some new girls that maybe don't have any promotion right now, and like they introduce them. That could help them going into Sosenkyo maybe rank well. So that's a win-win for everyone.
And New Japan is very happy with the results, and I do love that the announcer who trained them, he shed a little tear because he's like, I am so happy as a girl. I'm so proud of these girls for wrestling like this. And I was like, you should be.
Do you remember the first time we saw them do this? How crazily inexperienced they were to this? I was like, it's not even the same.
I was worried. This is a live event. So, they're like, in the filming, they use mats. And it's not like they leave a bump. Exactly. It's like, they are jumping from the top rope.
Like... Crazy. So what are you going to say?
Like, they were pulling people to the barricades. I'm like, ooh, that's good.
He's like, move.
Yeah. So awesome. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually, we are pretty far past our hour mark, but that's okay because we were enjoying ourselves, and that's the whole point of this. I knew Robin was going to enjoy himself on this spin. I also wanted to give this to you, Robin, because I know you're leaving, and so it was good. Go ahead, Yayo. Go ahead. What's up, bro?
I have a complaint in WIP.
Oh, please, go ahead. Let's continue.
Actually, have two. Okay. Like, where is Alligator Ryuji? Like, the coach of Kinishicho Dojo. I'm like, where the hell is Alligator Ryuji?
Actually, that's not a complaint. It's like when they first started with the season, they had this whole story. Oh, the father died, and now the dojo is like, I don't want to hear those stories. I want to hear wrestling stories. Yeah. And they finally learned mid-season. They were like, all right, Harupi is out. All things stories that we're doing a tournament about the title. That's perfect.
But I'm still like, where is the coach? Like, they have the manager on the other side. But like the Sakuras...
Don't need it.
What was your other complaint? Or
other thing? So, the second one is, where is Yui Han's husband?
Oh, wow. Good question.
he was in the crowd. He was in the crowd.
In the crowd somewhere.
They didn't show him at least once. I'm like...
No, like... I don't need stories like that. I just need normal. I need wrestling related stories, and this is perfectly fine. You have now factions. You have heels who want the title. You have up and comers baby faces who want to fight. This is now a fully wrestling organization, and I love it.
Yeah, but they still said, when they were fighting for the belt, it comes from Sakura's blood. Like, her father is a former champion.
You can still mention that. You can still mention that, but not be like, oh, he's here, or this is a story. Like, here's his ghost is here. What they do, stuff like that.
What I was thinking, one of the thoughts I had towards the end of this, and it's not a complaint, but it's just me just thinking because I was really inspired by watching it because I was having a lot of fun. It was like being a kid again and watching WWF. But I started thinking, how cool would it be in one of their future seasons or whatever for AKB to wrestle another idol group? Like Momoyoro Clover Z or Kamen Joshi or some group that it would be, or Nogi for crying out loud, and have the Nogi girls, and it would just be this cool whole inner connecting. I'd be curious to see who would be a good match for them, but wouldn't it be so much fun to see that in addition to everything that they're doing now, because this has a chance to bring a lot of people together in that sense. I mean, there are it's a cross genre activity. These girls going into this professional wrestling, but why not also make it with other idol groups? That'd be so fun. I would love to see a Nogi versus AKB match. It'd be awesome.
This can continue on. This is not like Gakuen when their defense is oh, everybody needs to die. No, you can always change something in wrestling.
Yeah.
So
this
can I hope this continues on for years because it's I have a patch for wrestling. I now have a patch for idols, and two worlds combined.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, but let's be done. Couple things. First of all, before we go, Robin, have fun. Have a safe trip to Japan. Enjoy yourself. I know you will hopefully be sending us some footage from your time, and I can't wait till you come back so we can have a Robin-centric episode. We've had one for me. Yeah, we haven't actually ever had one for you. So I'm excited to hear about your trip and all of its glory. Hopefully you will meet somebody that you want to meet.
I have my recommendation for the week.
I was just going to say
all over there.
Recommendations. Robin says Japan. DX, what is your recommendation for this week?
I'm interested in Kea Bingo in the next episode.
Kea Bingo will be fun.
Yeah, so
yes,
really looking
that'll be
fun.
That one. Definitely agree.
AK Bingo, which is basically Joe Kurina preparing for Entame.
Yeah, well, I didn't. They did the family karaoke, right? I gotta be honest. That was probably one of my all-time favorite AK Bingo episodes. I actually had tears in my eyes because it was so emotional and just very beautiful. And Chiori, man, geez, who knew? Her mom was wonderful. Could she sing or what? Anyways, go ahead, Yayo.
I like her mom because with Chokorina's dad, he was wearing a shirt.
That was everything about it was good. Yeah, I agree.
He's an ikemen, right? Then she looks at the dad. It's oh yeah, he is good.
and all of a sudden, next thing you know, Karina and Chori, they're related. Anyways. Okay, Yayo, what's your recommendation for this week?
Nothing really. It's just the normal stuff.
Normal stuff? Okay.
Nemesu TV is back.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
New season startup.
It's the Kojima Haru series, right?
Yeah.
The next generation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always a plus. Anytime Nemesu is around, we always get interesting segments out of that. My recommendation is a little bit off the wall this time. I mean, obviously, I want all of you to go to my website and please continue to read my stuff because I still enjoy the comments I get. They're always entertaining and also fun. But I actually would love if all of you that watch could actually check out Umori Seiko's Silent Majority MV. Omori Seiko is one of my picks if you go on my blog for one of the greatest female Japanese artists working today. Omori Seiko is different. She's unique. Everything she does is so impressive. She's the kind of girl that when she performs, she has no problem getting in your face and making it very personal. One time, she even kissed a fan right during a performance, just for no reason, just because she wanted to. She has no boundaries. And she did the most artistic avant-garde impression of Silent Majority. It made the song to me a whole other song because of her visual representation. It was very think Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Like if you ever seen that movie, it was very reminiscent of that film with the way, you know, just the in and out, the blurriness. It was very dreamlike. Omori Seiko is a real hero to the Japanese female persona in the Japanese pop industry, and anything she does is so creative. She knocked this one out of the park. So please check out the Silent Majority MV. Have any of you guys seen it by any chance? Okay,
No.
Definitely watch it. Paul has a link to it on you know, his site, so definitely check it out. But I highly encourage anyone.
JShowbiz.
Yeah,
JShowbiz.com.
Yeah, Paul of course is up on this stuff every like in 2 seconds he added up. But just watch that. It's so worth your time and it's so creative. And also if you guys do watch it, let me know your thoughts. Let us all know your thoughts in the comments as well as anything else we've talked about. And I think that's gonna do it for us. Hopefully I didn't do too bad on my first hosting. Oh, please go ahead. We got one more final entrance here.
Watch Yukirin, Mayu, and
How could I forget that?
Tashi's special, the karaoke special.
Yes. How could I forget?
I saw bits and pieces over there, and yeah, those three together are dangerous.
Yeah.
And
Always fun.
there's a guy in there between, so they're all making jokes, and
Yeah.
they're trying to hook up Yukirin with the guy. So it's
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yes. Okay. But yeah. So that's gonna be it for us. So thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, we'll see ya. Take care.
I'm off.
Jojo and Yo, take it away.